What's going on, you guys? This weekend we have UFC Des Moines taking place. Cory Sandhagen takes on Deiveson Figueiredo in a 135 matchup. Should be a fun one. I'm going to be going through the entire card, giving my predictions and breakdown for each of the fights. But first, I want to flex a little bit. 111-3 in my picks last week. Felt pretty good. Just saying. I'm not going to say it. Might have the best picks in MMA YouTube. Just getting started out here, by the way. But yeah, quick little flex. 11-3 on my picks. We'll see how we do this weekend. Let's get into the picks. Starting with early prelim opener. Who we got? Yikes. Julianna Miller versus Ivana Petrovic. Julianna Miller looks shit. Won Ultimate Fighter, if I'm not mistaken, and just got her ass beat ever since then. 4-3, hasn't been seen in a minute now. Ivana Petrovic, I mean, likely in her prime, 7-2, better record. Lost her last fight to Horth, Jamie Lynn Horth, that's right. And yeah, I'm going to go with Ivana Petrovic here. Julianna Miller has looked not great in her last few fights. I know she lost to Luana Santos, if I'm mistaken, and then Veronica Hardy. So not terrible people to lose to, but yeah, didn't look great in them. So that's pretty rough. Ivana Petrovic lost her last fight, but I'm going to go with her. I think she probably is going to come out, and if she keeps it standing, pieces her up. I know Julianna Miller's really good on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. She has really good jiu-jitsu and stuff. That's like her main thing. I think Ivana's going to keep it standing, piece her up, get the win. 30-27, maybe a 29-28. Nothing too crazy on this fight. Let's go to the next one. Thomas Peterson versus Dontel Mays. Big boys getting a good fight in here. Both lost to Shamil Gaziev, who hasn't at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thomas Peterson on this one. Just two big boys, Dontel Mays actually is a heavyweight, 6'6", 266. He's a large individual. Thomas Peterson, 6'1", just a thick boy. Probably could make middleweight if he really tried, not one of those heavyweights. I think he's gonna come out, take him down, shoot takedowns, get Dontel Mays down. Dontel Mays 11-8, UFC heavyweight at the top of the sport, 11-8, insane. Anyway, Thomas Peterson comes out, get a few takedowns, I think he just needs 2 takedowns, and then that's all he really needs. That's gonna win 2 of the rounds. Maybe get some ground and pound finish. Dontel Mays late, most likely 29-28. 30-27, something like that. I'm going Thomas Peterson by decision in just a sloppy heavyweight, no who cares type of fight. Dontel Mays, both of them, get him out of here. I don't want to see either of these dudes anymore. Next up, bantamweight, Gaston Bolanos versus Quang Lee. Quang Lee's looking off pretty rough so far in the UFC. I think it's 0-2 in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. Gaston Bolanos, I know he lost to Marcus McGahee, if I'm not mistaken. Take a quick look. Yes, he did. But he did beat Cortavius Romius, so, at least he's done that. At least he's got a win in the UFC so far. I'm going to go with Gaston. I think it's going to be a slow start to the card. 3 decisions in a row off the bat. I don't see a finish. I can see him kind of just keeping his thing up. He's not going to shoot. He's going to be able to stuff the takedowns from Quang Lee. Quang Lee's probably might go for a takedown or 2, get stuffed. Then he kind of get pieced up for the rest of the fight. Again, not a super high level fight. Just a fight. This is kind of what we expect in these early prelims of the UFC. Best promotion in the division, right? Women's strawweight, actually somewhat of a prospect. We got Gillian Robertson taking on Marina Rodriguez. Rodriguez 37 rough versus Julianna Robertson 29. I don't know why. I just feel like she's 40 or something. I don't know what I feel like she's probably been in the UFC for a long time, and I just been seeing her name, so I imagine she's a lot older than she is. That being said, I am going to go pick Julian Robertson here. Marina Rodriguez is pretty shit on the ground. So I imagine Julian's going to come out, do her thing, take down, fight for a sub, if not get some ground and pound. I'm going to go Julian Robertson, probably like a second round submission, something like that. Bring some life to the strawweight division, get a new challenger up for Zhang Weili to beat, and, just kind of hold down the division. But yeah, Julian Robertson, I don't even know if she's ranked, probably is, not too sure. I think she's going to come out and get the dub. Marina Rodriguez had her shot. was kind of good up there in the ranks, and then lost. Julian Robertson, second round sub. I can see that happening. Takedown, first round. Maybe getting close to the submission. The first round doesn't get it. Second round gets the takedown, gets the submission. Goes home happy with the dub. Next up, we got Ryan Loder versus Azamat Bekoev. I'm going to go Azamat here. I think I'm picking all favorites so far. It's pretty much one of those ones. Ryan Loder, I believe he won UFC. What is it? What do I think of the name of it? UFC, not Contender Series, but the other one. Why am I blanking on the name right now? Anyway, Ultimate Fighter. I don't know why I blanked on the name so hard. If I'm mistaken, he beat Robert Valentine on the Ultimate Fighter to win. Could be wrong. Don't really watch Ultimate Fighter. Azamat Bekoev, I think he had a nasty KO, if memory serves me correct. He had a mean KO against someone. Zachary Reese. He knocked out Zachary Reese in the first round earlier this year. That's right. I can see the same thing happening, coming out, sleeping this dude, keeping it pushing. You know, if you're coming through Ultimate Fighter, you're probably not that good. Nowadays. Back in the day, sure. Now it's just like they're just finding any regional dude who wants to be on the show to come out and fight. But yeah, Azamat Bekoev, I imagine he's able to keep it on the feet if he wants to, piece him up. If he wants to take it down, I imagine he'll be able to do that, no problem. And just beat Ryan Loder's ass. First round TKO, second round TKO, something like that. I imagine him finishing this one. That's all I got for that one. Next up, we got Miesha Tate versus Yana Santos. Yikes. It's a prelim, like, headliner for the prelims. 35 Yana Santos versus 38 Miesha Tate. Rough. Not much to break down here. Miesha Tate probably going to shoot for a takedown, try to get her down. I think she's 0-2 in her last two fights, if I'm not mistaken. Miesha Tate is. Oh no, she bit. Oh, Julianna Avila. That was almost a year and a half ago. I thought she retired. Didn't she not retire? Anyway. Yana Santos, Thiago Santos' wife. I forgot what her name was before. Yana Santos, sure. We'll pick an underdog here. Keeps it standing. I think she's a kickboxer, if I'm not mistaken. She's better on the feet. I think Miesha Tate, I imagine, is able to keep on the feet, piece her up, 29-28 decision. Might get taken down one of the rounds. Who cares? Next fight, we had the return of the hardest hitting 145er that's ever lived. Jesus Christ, his record 29-21. That's super rough. When he puts people down, they don't fucking move. Don't forget it. Jeremy Steven takes on Mason Jones. A rough matchup to come into. Mason Jones, good prospect, 30 years old, 15-2. Think he's coming off of like, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, he lost in the UFC. He's coming back. This is the first fight back in the UFC. He's cleaning up on Cage Warriors. Jeremy Stevens is going to be in for a rough one, I think. 38. I know he was doing bare knuckle, if I'm mistaken, doing his thing there. I think he's going to be in a world of hurt here. He's probably going to get taken down. I mean, if he can land cool, maybe he might catch Mason Jones sometime in there. I doubt it. Mason Jones, come out, shoot a takedown, get him down, probably ground and pound. If he's smart, he's not going to want to stand with Jeremy Stephens. He does still have that power. One of the last things to go, they always say. Huge favor, -600 for Mason Jones. I'm going to go Mason Jones here. Maybe a TKO on the ground and pound, something like that. I can see him getting something like that. If not, I can see him just getting the decision, 30-27. A lot of decisions I'm picking. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's a fun card. Mason Jones does his thing. Prospect keeps the ball rolling. He's only 30, He's second stint in the UFC. Comes out, maybe can make a run for, probably not the title. He's probably a little too old for making a run at the title. But, Jeremy Stephens. I imagine this is going to be his retirement from MMA. He might go to BKFC again after this, do his thing there. But I think he just signed this one fight to be here because he's from Des Moines or from Iowa or something. So, we'll see what he can do. We'll see if he is elevated at 38 years old. I doubt it. Mason Jones going with my pick there. Next up, we got Cameron Smotherman versus Serhiy Sidey. Actually, I'm gonna go Cameron Smotherman here, plus 120. I think I like the odds at a little bit of a underdog. He looked good. I think if I'm not mistaken, he stepped up short notice versus Jake Hadley and was able to kind of piece him up and then do his thing over at bantamweight. Sidey, I believe let me see, lost his last fight. Let me see. I did my research and I forget. No, he won. Split decision versus Garrett Armfield and then lost to Ramon Tavares. Right, Ramon was his name? Yeah. I'm going to go with Cameron Sandhagen. I think he's going to be able to stand on the feet with him and just piece him up. I think he's a better striker. And I was impressed by him, kind of doing the same thing to Jake Hadley. I think on short notice, if I'm not mistaken, short notice. But, they're both young, 27, 28, respectively. Be a fun fight, I think. I think it'll be a fun stand-up fight. Hopefully they don't gas or anything. They're not going to be shooting takedowns really, I don't think, at least. Come out, have a fun scrap. Cameron Smotherman, 29-28 decision. Maybe get a finish out there. That'd be cool. We get a finish, but I can see 29-28 decision. Maybe loses a round, drops the first round, comes out, handles the next two. All right, next up we have Montel Jackson taking on Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos, am I saying it right? 17-0. Normally you see a record like that and you're like, damn, it'd be a huge favorite. Not a huge favorite here. Finding Montel Jackson. A lot of hype around him. Only thing with Montel Jackson is he's 5 wins in the last 4 years, which is super rough. He's beating, really good people. Damon Jackson, he finished, I think it was, who else was it? Yaya, I believe he finished as well. I mean, that part, kind of who isn't. Let me not say great competition. A good fight, Damon Blackshear. He came out and starched him in 18 seconds, which is pretty crazy. But that was, what is that, almost a year ago? Like, why are you not fighting, dude? Like, you're 33, you're supposed to be in the prime and kind of just wasting it. Daniel Marcos, I'm picking Montel Jackson, but Daniel Marcos just has a knack for being able to pull it out at the end. I believe it's split decision against Yanez that I think a lot of people thought he lost. Same thing with Davey Grant. I think 2 fights before that, another split decision against Davey Grant. Is able just to kind of win, even though there's a lot of times people thinking he doesn't. I think Montel Jackson might be able to come out and starch him. Daniel Marcos, it does get hit a good amount. I think that Montel Jackson can come out and finish him. I'm picking Montel Jackson here. Come out, get the finish. Daniel Marcos, kind of a fraudulent 17-0 if you ask me. Probably like 15-2 most likely if you look at those other 2 split decisions go the other way. One judge just picks it different and he's 15-2, Anyway, Montel Jackson, I think to come out. Hopefully is more active going forward, because if you want to make anything of your career, like go for a belt or anything, like you got to, if you're 33 at bantamweight, you got to go out. It's now or never pretty much. Hopefully he comes out, gets a finish, is able to come back relatively soon, not a year from now when he's 34, and then that's pretty much all the hype dead. Like last fight, come out, get a quick finish, and then we don't see you again for a year. That's just insane. And his last fight before that, I think, was a year before, and he got a finish in there too, which is pretty crazy. Hopefully he can come out, do his thing. Could be a fun prospect, but getting up there in age, Montel Jackson comes out, gets a finish, I believe. All right, let's go up. It's rough. The old heads. Santiago Ponzinibbio taking on Daniel Rodriguez. Both 38, both past their prime, both pretty shit now. Ponzi was fun, he's just getting old. He's still getting dubs out here. I mean, he pulled out that dub versus Carlston Harris, if I'm mistaken. Daniel Rodriguez had a split decision versus Marc-Angelo Barriol, if I'm mistaken. Yeah. No, Alex Morono. One of those welterweight dudes, excuse me. Just one of those welterweights who's kind of just there. Alex Morono, same person pretty much, Him, Marc-Angelo Barriol, is the same person. Never seen them in a room together, if you know what I mean. God, this is just a fight I'm not looking forward to. It might be fun, actually. There might just be 2 old heads coming out, scrapping. I think one of them's going to get a finish. I think Ponzinibbio's going to get his ass beat for 2 rounds and get a finish in the 3rd round. That's kind of what he's been doing lately. I think they're both like 2-5. I'm sorry, 2-3 in their last 5. So this might be on the end of the road for one of them, both of them. I mean, they're probably not going to be fighting much longer. I'm going to go Santiago Ponzinibbio. Not super confident in that pick. Let's go with Santiago. He gets his ass beat for a round, maybe gets a finish in the second or third. Kind of been his MO the last few fights. Daniel Rodriguez likes to stand. These guys aren't really shooting takedowns or stand and bang kind of guys. Probably see that here too. Yeah, Santiago. Let's go him. Let's go with that. Minus 120. Just get these dudes. Get some young blood in here. Yeah, Santiago, sure. Why not? Late third round TKO. Let's go with that. All right, in the co-main event, this is probably, I don't know, I might be a little bit more excited for this fight than the actual main event. We have Reinier RDR taking on Bo Nickal. Bo Nickal, 7-0, super hot prospect, huge wrestler, I think from Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. 29, entering his like athletic prime, taking on RDR, 19-2, only 2 losses to Anatoly Malikin, I believe is how I pronounce it. Super good. Plus 245, like he might be worth taking a shot on. I'm going to go with Bo Nickal because I think Bo Nickal is just learning so much. He's like one of those athletes who just like, all right, tell him to do this, he does it, and he learns it, he picks it up quick. I feel like he's been working on his jiu-jitsu, his stand-up. I think he's going to come out. He might, if he wants to keep it on the feet, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he is kind of doing his thing against RDR on the feet a little bit. But I think if he takes it down, that's a pretty big risk. He kind of ran the same risk with Paul Craig in his last fight. Super slick on the ground, Paul Craig. Same thing with RDR here. RDR can kind of finish him at any moment on the ground, which is dangerous for Bo. But I think Bo is going to be smart and learning in the jiu-jitsu room on like what to do on the ground and what not. Like what, especially against someone RDR, there's a lot of footage on him on like how he works on the ground and everything. I think Bo's smart. He's going to be able to, if he does go for the takedowns, he's going to be able to take him down, do his thing, avoid submissions, and probably ride it out for a decision in a boring Bo Nickal way. Hot prospect, he got that finish in his first 2 fights or first fight, whatever it was. Probably need to get a decision here. Play it smart. I want to see, speaking of, like, I think Montel Jackson, I was talking about being not active. Bo Nickal, like, when was his last fight? It was Paul Craig. I think it was last year. Like, no, I think it was in November of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, November of last year. Like, twice a year. I mean, okay, it's not terrible. It's better than Montel Jackson, but the best way to learn how to fight is be in a fight, dog. Like, go out there and come do your thing. Sub Cody Brundage. Yeah, I mean, he got a few finishes in a row. Then he had that kind of stinker with Paul Craig. Yeah, I think he can. I think Bo Nickal's gonna be able to be smart, not get into it, fall into submission from here. If there was anyone that could do it, it would have been Paul Craig, who could just get a submission out of nowhere or something. But the other person who can do it too was RDR. So if you're thinking of some like crazy big underdog RDR by submission or something, that would probably be, throw a few bucks on there or something. You might get something cool out of it. But I'm gonna go with Bo Nickal. I think he's gonna be able to get a decision. If he gets a sub, that'd be pretty cool for Bo. But I think it's unlikely going to be a decision. 30-27, get a takedown, be smart on the ground, not do anything crazy, get caught in a submission, and ride it out for a decision. Bo Nickal moves up to 8-0. Hopefully he's a little bit more active and see what he can do in this division. If he's, RDR is probably right outside the top 15. I'd say probably get a ranked person next. That'd be fun to see. See Bo is that guy. All right, main event time. We have Cory Sandhagen taking on Deiveson Figueiredo. Sandhagen's a huge favorite. Minus 550. That's pretty crazy because I know Deiveson Figueiredo, he lost his last fight, right? I'm just clicking around lost to Peter Yan. Decision. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fought Peter Yan, lost. Cory Sandhagen lost the last fight against Umar. The thing about Cory Sandhagen is if he gets if Deiveson Figueiredo can come out and take him down, he might be able to squeeze by on a decision here. Kind of like how Umar was, came out, take him down when he wanted to, was able to keep him on the feet. Just Cory Sandhagen was afraid of the takedown. He was just he's just art of war. I gotta read my books and everything. He's just so analytical in there that he was like, and if I take a step here, I'm gonna get taken down or something. He's almost too much in his head when he's in there. He's been talking about just coming out and scrapping. Hopefully he can do it. But Deiveson Figueiredo can come out. He has decent wrestling. He's able to get people down. He did it to Cody Garbrandt. Got the sub in that fight on UFC 300. But 5'5" to 5'11" is pretty rough. Cory Sandhagen is a smart play here. I wouldn't lay too much on him. Minus 550 is pretty tough. I think if he wins, do I see Cory getting a finish? I don't really see Cory getting a finish here. The only thing with Deiveson is he's 37. He's been in a lot of wars. Maybe the damage catches up to him and he gets knocked out. He gets caught by something, some flashy thing from Cory. What's Cory's last finish? Was it the Frankie Edgar fight? Was that his last finish? Because other than that, he's kind of just a decision merchant, right? Yeah. Song Yadong, I guess. Okay. But before that, that wasn't even a finish. That was just doctor stoppage. I'm going to go Cory Sandhagen decision. 49-46. Might drop around here. He might get taken down in a round, and Deiveson, is able to take that round. I'm going to go Cory Sandhagen 49-46. Deiveson Figueiredo 37. I think it's kind of too late for him. He did his thing at flyweight, was a champion for a bit there. Fun fighter, but I think Cory Sandhagen, he's 33. He's probably still in his prime. I think he's going to be smart enough. If he comes out and scraps, I think he can do it. He has a good chin. I don't see him getting chinned by Deiveson. Yeah, I'm going Figueiredo. I'm going Cory Sandhagen 49-46 decision. I'll say 29-28. I think there'll be a lot of decisions on this fight card, unfortunately. But yeah, Cory Sandhagen is my pick. Decision 49-46. That's all I got for you guys. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Maybe I'll post this week. If not, I'm trying to, stream the fight card this week. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that stuff. See you guys later. Thanks.